Hey, Vito La Fata here with Fitness Profit Systems and the Fitnesspreneur's Life. I want to jump right into an extremely important topic. That is, how do you go out there and do more so that you can go out there and earn more? Well, when I get that question all the time, I usually jump into the fact that I'm like, well, let's go to the root cause of the issue. Because before we can start band-aiding things, we got to understand, why can't I go out and get more done so that I can go out and earn more with my time? Well, there's a lack of freedom in 4 distinct areas that I see holding most people back. Number 1 is exactly what we just said, time. People are out of time. When you are in a very service-oriented business, you simply run out of hours in the day. Then you have no ability to go get more done. You don't have the ability to earn more because you're usually just getting whatever value you're charging for that time, and it's a mindset thing. People are still very oriented to charging just what their time is as compared to the value that they deliver. When you get into starting to build a business based around the value that you deliver, you start to break free of the shackles of the time, and instead you start to learn to be able to be like, how can I go out there and instead scale my message so that I can impact more people at once, deliver value at a much grander scale, and then I'm going to be able to get way more out of my time. But until you make that mindset shift, you're going to be stuck always in that trading dollars for hours trap. Second area that I see a lot of people have a lack of freedom with is geography, location. A lot of people's businesses are stuck in geography. Now, brick and mortar businesses are important. There's always going to be the need for that retail shop and that kind of stuff. But in today's age, if you're not also complementing a business that is a geographical style business with some version of an online or network marketing business that allows you to scale in bigger ways, you're going to be stuck in the 3 to 5 mile radius of the number of clients and the amount of staff that you can pull out of that location. You know, my father's restaurant was a geographic business. As much as people could come to the restaurant is how big our business get, and it supported us. It was an amazing life. He did the best he could, but today that business would be a lot more challenging just being that business alone without other aspects of the business, as to leave you oftentimes being like, how am I going to get more done? And how am I going to go out there and earn more besides this? And if my dad didn't show up, who ran the business? Staff were great, but you still always had then the responsibility of the excellence of the business in other people's hands. And when you're in business and you're an entrepreneur, nobody will ever run that business the same way you will. So that's another area that people are stuck. They're trying to figure out, how do I get my business out of this geography 3 to 5 mile radius I'm stuck in? That's where scaling and automating can come in. Third place that people are stuck is people. People. When you have a business that's built around just your local people, because it's a location-oriented business, well, then you better hope that you are working with the best of the best, the cream of the crop, because otherwise, your business can only go as big as those people you find in that geography. And I remember that was one of the things that made it very difficult to really grow my personal training studio business really big, because I had to pool for great staff and look for great staff all in about a 10-mile radius of where my studio was. And in the training industry, trainers were a dime a dozen. Excellent fitness professionals, they're rare. So it made it difficult because I had to be relying on those people, and if I wasn't there, it wasn't getting done. But when I shifted to having an online business and a network marketing business, I was able to go out there and get free of just working with the people in a local geography. That allowed me to go out there and understand that today it's a national and an international and a global economy and market. And that's what took things to a whole nother level. The question is just, how do you look to scale and automate so that you can go beyond that? And finally, where many people are stuck is just finances. They don't have the money to grow more. They don't have the money to invest back into the business because they're scraping by, because they're stuck in a business, trading dollars for hours, service-oriented. They're not developing a business or entrepreneurial mindset. They're not yet looking at how do I scale my message, my marketing, my business, and how do I automate it so I have more freedom of time so that I can go create more value so that I can go earn top dollar and command higher rates by delivering more value to more people with less work and effort. So if those are the things that are keeping us stuck, and when you're looking at the finance side, you got to understand that if you don't have the money to invest into your business, well then you're basically stuck by your overhead, you're stuck by the leverage that you have, and in that kind of a business, there isn't going to be much leverage. When I added like the network marketing business, the online business, my leverage took off because I was able to piggyback off the backs of the people that we were working with all over the nation, all over international, being able to sell in global markets now. That changed everything financially and started basically almost doubling my income year after year. So the opposite of being stuck in all those areas is having 4 freedoms. Number 1, having time freedom. And that means that you're going to go out there and be able to set your own schedule, work your own hours, and decide when and how you want to operate your business. And that just means things like being able to take your message, put it online, scale it, automate it, evergreen it, meaning you did the work once. Like I could take a series of my marketing, my sales process, whenever I want, and I can put it into emails, into online formats, and I can set it to just trigger on its own. And that's allowing me to be able to be like, no matter where and what time I want to work, the work gets done because the messages can go out all the time. And then once the work is done, it's going evergreen. So time freedom, location freedom, you being able to choose to work anywhere, anytime. That's the reason why you want to learn how to scale and automate, take your business online, develop more of that entrepreneurial spirit. I mean, it was a big change. I mean, I think I recognized it when I was sitting in Italy, Napa, New York, different places of the world. And I was like, I'm still delivering value. I'm still getting my message out. We just had a great breakfast here in Italy. I'm completely inspired, had an amazing cup of coffee, and all of a sudden I'm like, you know what, I got an idea for an email. I got an idea for a marketing message. I got an idea for a post. I got an idea for an ad. And you can push it out, and it's out there doing the work on a bigger level because the message has more reach than just me physically talking to people. Oftentimes we are the bottleneck to our own growth because we just think about service. And I was that way when I was a trainer. I felt I had to do all the training myself. I felt like I had to always be present there. I had to do all that until I recognized that, you know what, I'm the bottleneck. And if I could take the things I'm doing repetitively, take the things that I want to get out there, and I could start packaging them, putting them online, it's learning, heavy investment in learning copywriting, marketing, scaling, online, leverage, evergreen SaaS systems, webinars, all these other things. I was like, this wasn't available before, but it is today, and it's becoming just commonplace. That changed my ability to be like, you know what? I'm free of location, I'm free of time. I could do this anywhere. That also gave me the 3rd freedom, which is people freedom. The ability to go out there and what I like to call work with the willing. Oftentimes in a brick and mortar business and the things that we do there, and it still also is in other businesses, our online business and network marketing business, that you still get people that they're not wanting to excel to the next level. But what I learned is that when you have an online and a network marketing business that allows scale, you work with those willing people. And that's a whole different level of energy to be like, I get to work exactly with who I want, when I want, how I want. And if those people aren't people I want to work with, I don't got to fire them. I don't got to deal with freaking workers' comp. I don't got to deal with all that. I just get to be like, you know what? My attention is turned off. We no longer JV together. We no longer set up our Zooms and our calls. It's because we're just choosing to voluntarily be a partnership, and when it's all said and done, we can walk. That's more of a change of how business can be done today. The difference is, are you willing to go out there and add an online component to your business so that you can JV with people and get revenue shares? Are you willing to have a network marketing business so that you can get a revenue share on that side and instead be invested in businesses together, not in LLC paperwork. And the fourth one is financial freedom, the ability to be like, you know what, I'm not capped by the number of hours in a day, I'm not capped by the amount I can charge for what I'm delivering in front of people, but for the value I add to as many people as I can. And because of an online and a network marketing business and scaling and automating your message, setting it on evergreen, you can deliver value 24/7, 365 when you're sick, when you're traveling, when you just feel like bagging in the day. That allows you to create as much income as you want. You set the amount that you want to earn. Sure, you could do that in a brick and mortar business, but it's usually tied to a lot of overhead, a lot more expense, and it's a lot more difficult because, again, you're only pulling from that radius that it limits what you can do. But today, those limits are gone, because the solution is to scale and automate your message online. And if it works in your business to add a network marketing as another hybrid model, another revenue stream, but any business you have, even your brick and mortar business, you can take your messaging, your marketing, customer service, lead generation, sales, and put it all online and buy yourself those freedoms. And I think that's the key to helping you go out there and get more done so that you can go out and earn more with the impact and the message that you have, so that ultimately you can go out there and be more. Thank you so much. This is Vito with Fitnesspreneur's Life and Fitness Profit Systems. I look forward to continuing to serve you as you take your message out there in bigger ways.